Ready, steady, go. What do we do again?
Snap the fingers. I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
What was that? Hey guys, welcome to another episode of our adventures.
In Middle-earth.
In Middle-earth, yes. And we've been busy.
We have.
We've been busy the last month, so we actually got lots to talk about, but we're going to try to keep this one down a little in time. The last couple have been kind of crazy long.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk 10 minutes on each game we played at the last event.
No.
Hopefully. We've got a timer.
Yeah, and we did go to a tournament. We went to a tournament. So what are we going to talk about today? It's Canada Day. We should mention that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So we're
stinking hot outside too.
It is too. Yeah.
I think it's the hottest day we've had all year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
152 years old.
Yes.
I think.
It should be.
So you're gonna hang around and watch some fireworks tonight, or?
That's why I'm here. It's the best part about it the whole night is watching people try and find a parking
They
spot.
light the fireworks off in the park, like, you know, one street over from our house. So my front lawn is a great vantage point. For watching fireworks.
But we like to watch the cars of people trying to find a parking spot last minute, and they're like, you can tell when the people in the car are arguing because the one just like pulls off and drives 100 miles an hour.
It's always good for a laugh.
It is.
So we're going to talk about some hobby bingo.
Okay.
We'll talk a little bit about our channel.
Sure.
And we went to a tournament.
We did. In a different province.
You remember what it was called?
Kings Hall.
The Kings Hall. That's right.
Was it a different province?
It was.
With weird traffic lights.
First ever OSBGL tournament outside of Ontario.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll take your word for it.
We're not going to do the board is set, the pieces are moving.
No.
Mostly because we don't have one filmed.
And, yeah.
But we're going to do something new.
Okay.
Which is going to be a member spotlight. So we're going to talk about one of the members of the OSBGL. Then we're going to talk about TGX.
The big one.
The big one.
The one we haven't stopped talking about for the last 3 weeks. What are you taking? Well, I want to take this. Well, no, you should take this.
Yeah.
Well, no, I want to take this.
Yeah,
well,
so we'll get into all of that when we talk about it. And then lastly will be Flotsam and Jetsam, and we're going to talk just a little bit about the army bonuses.
Yeah, and the ones we think...
Yeah. We're going to pick some of the ones we think are the best and the worst.
The ones that, like, as an overall, is a very good army bonus.
Yeah. Definitely, we're not going to get into these are definitely the best, because we'll probably get it wrong. Let's be honest.
Well, it's our opinion.
It's our opinion.
Yeah, you can't be wrong with your own opinion.
Good point. Okay, hobby bingo.
That'll be quick.
You got anything?
No.
Okay, excellent. We're 50% done.
Well, hold on, let me just check the board.
You should know if you accomplished anything. It should,
I haven't done anything.
It should resonate.
I've been working on stuff, but no. I haven't quite finished watching the Hobbit trilogy.
Well, not to mention that this is your busy season at work too, so you're like mostly in people's crawl spaces fixing their furnaces, or not furnaces, air conditioners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally played Reconnoiter.
We did.
Which was the last mission at the tournament that we played in, and it was the last mission that I needed in order to get... Am I green or am I... What am I?
You have not finished a good army of at least 600 points, so yes, you would be green.
Okay. So all of the matched play scenarios, which is this one.
Yep. Oh, man.
So we got that one. And we kind of had a little bit of a discussion about this one, but I'm counting it. And it's paint, where is it? Paint a model and incorporate a technique you haven't mastered. Okay, so I painted a bunch of models with the new contrast paints.
You did.
I'm saying it counts.
That's fine.
It's a technique, right?
It's a new technique.
It is. It's a new
thing. It's what do you call it? One thick coat.
Thick coat.
The mantra or whatever.
And we were thinking about actually talking about contrast paints. But in the end, there's been so many videos on YouTube about contrast paint.
There's tons of different people.
There's a lot of good videos, a lot of very brief videos about contrast paints.
Yeah.
And you mentioned like one that I think we both watched was by Miniac.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Yeah, he had someone that wasn't really.
He's painted like 3 models.
Yeah,
in
he
the
wasn't
past.
familiar with
a guy
painting
in.
models,
Yeah. So he brought in somebody that was, just starting, and they painted it was a Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternal guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the model was, but
yeah. So that was good. It was a good experiment to do, and he goes through it pretty well too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Miniac YouTube channel. And another one I watched today, which was Drive Through Games, which you hadn't seen that one.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with the channel. I just happened upon it today. It's a really good one.
Okay.
He painted 66 models, and so he shows all of the models and talks about the techniques, and he gets into like, what do you add that stuff, the medium or whatever?
Yeah, medium.
To thin it down.
Yeah, it basically
he does a lot of that.
Doubles the amount of paint you get out of it.
Yeah, but to me, one of the things that he shows a lot in, like, there's a lot of board games now that come with miniatures.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I have the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Or even like, what's the Star Wars one you have? Imperial Assault.
Yeah, Imperial Assault.
Or like I have Space Hulk.
Yeah. A lot of board games are
like any of those kind of games.
Is another one.
Zombicide, yeah. Like any of those games, these paints are like excellent because you only have to put like 2 or 3 colors on the model.
Yeah.
And it looks like a lot better than it does as a single color.
Brown plastic or something.
Yeah. So that's a really good application.
Journeys in Middle Earth is the board game that I got.
Journeys in Middle Earth?
Yeah. It's the one that we've played
4 or
5 times.
That
we
really
played wrong every time.
That really impossible game to win.
We're like, why is this impossible to win? Oh, because we're playing the rules wrong. The darkness.
Okay, well that's it for Hobby Bingo. I got 2, you got none. Yeah. Yay, Team Don.
Sure. There's gonna be, like, because I've been slowly getting a little bit done in a bunch of them.
Yeah.
There's like bam, 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 full bingo card.
That's what it.
Except for the read the book.
Did you see they did on?
They did an update.
They did an update on the Warhammer community.
One of them was really like he's got the whole.
Well, wasn't it Rob?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he has it almost complete, and then the guys that are on the other end had only gotten like a few.
Well, we're
5
miles ahead of those guys.
Yeah, we're solidly right in the middle.
Yeah.
So this weekend, moving on.
Yeah.
Was what was it? Warhammer Day or something?
It's Warhammer Day. I think it was on Saturday.
So you were really hoping to see a new model.
Yeah.
Did it happen?
It was a big letdown.
No new Lord of the Rings models apparently.
They had a couple things. They had a pup Funko Intercessor Space Marine that came as like a blank canvas, so you could paint it yourself.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was
picture.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
They also had the first ever plastic Sisters of Battle model.
Oh, did they? I didn't see it.
I
know they've been talking about it for a long time.
It's like a special. It's like $40 Canadian. It comes in like a hero box, but it's modeled after like the White Dwarf or the Codex picture, where there's just a sister with a bolter to her side and then like holding whatever the thing is. She's like a censer or whatever. And then the last thing, I don't know if there's more, but there's a set of brass coins.
Okay.
That you get as like objective markers. And there's 6 of them, and one side had the number 1 through 6 on it, and the other side was like a Warhammer. It said Warhammer or something like that on it.
Okay.
And that was $50 Canadian. So
for a set of tokens, but they're brass, I guess.
They're brass and they're pretty thick. I talked to our friend Josh and asked him if they still had some for sale at the store. Yeah, Drunken Joe, not Josh. I asked him and they said they had a couple there, but as soon as he told me the price, I was like, nope.
Ooh, yeah, no thanks.
I can make buttons.
Yeah. Josh Curtis and his friend
Curtis.
Curtis.
Yeah,
run a podcast.
Curtis and I'm also Josh Curtis.
They run a podcast called Drunken Dreadnoughts, and it's a 40K mostly and some Age of Sigmar.
Yep.
It's audio podcast.
Yep, they're really good.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Patreon with them.
Are you? Right.
Yes.
So
the thing I was hoping for before we got off on a tangent was I was hoping that there would be news on a new Herald of the Dead model.
Yes.
And I was shot down in a blaze of glory.
Add it to the list of
just another day that I've been
giant bats and catapult troll.
But
Herald of the Dead.
As a bit of an update, I think Warhammer Open Day is July 20th. Mm-hmm. And apparently there's supposed to be a bunch of things being released that day. Mm-hmm. I know Warcry is coming out that day, which is like the AOS skirmishy type game. Mm-hmm. Or it's supposed to come out that day. So it's Warhammer Open Day, I believe that's the name of it, and that's the next day. Hoping, cross my fingers. Not that it's going to matter, because we'll be at TGX. Right. So, I've started converting some heralds because I said enough of this.
Yeah, you'll get those done, then they'll put the models out.
Exactly. Hey, but then I just have banner models.
You got banner models?
Yeah, plastic ones.
Why not? Yeah, you could, because they can take a banner, just like a regular banner. Right?
Yeah, and then it's not that gigantic, huge, heavy, top-heavy piece.
Right.
So I have one of those too.
The metal one?
Anyway, that was the disappointment I had this weekend.
I feel for you.
Totally disappointed.
Okay, so just a little bit of a word on our channel.
Yep.
Which is the Ontario Strategy Battle Game League channel. We hit 250 subscribers.
That's why that's there. If you can read it, I think I can. It says 250.
It's a pretty modest milestone, but it is actually a milestone.
It is. It's a quarter of 1,000.
It is. So that's pretty good.
This is where it all just starts to go.
It just escalates.
Step on the gas.
It escalates. Yeah, it just goes crazy at this point. That's what I hear happens. Just suddenly takes off.
Yeah, we're going to become internet famous.
Well, the reason why we don't have a lot of subscribers, besides we're not very entertaining, is because we don't spam our videos all over Facebook, mainly, right? Yeah. Which is fine if you're into doing that, but being members of a lot of Facebook channels in the community, it does kind of get a little tiring just seeing constant spamming of videos for channels that you're already a subscriber to. It's like, you don't really have to do it all the time because we're members of the channel.
Yeah.
But that is how you get a lot of new subscribers.
Yeah, gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah. But we're not doing that.
No, let's keep it local.
We're just doing this for fun, really. If we end up getting 1,000 subscribers one day, then that'll be awesome. But really, we're just doing it for fun. But one thing that would really help is if you would leave a comment, because that actually helps the videos get seen. If you like a video or leave a comment, and we get very few comments. If
you agree with us or disagree with us,
on something, disagree.
You could you could send your condolences for me not getting the Herald of the Dead model announcement again. For the 10th time. Yeah.
So we have a few people that occasionally comment, like Damien O'Byrne, usually watches, he usually comments. But this last video of our adventures, we had three comments.
We did.
3 comments. Just knocking it out of the park. Telling you. Simuskan. I don't know if I say that right, but Simuskan.
Khan.
Yeah, he watches all of our stuff.
Yeah.
Loves the battle companies. And he said, great summary of the battle company new rules. This is from the previous one.
Yep.
And then he went on to talk about some house rules that they use. Because we introduced some sort of house rules.
We did.
I'll
be introducing another house rule.
Yes, you will. In the campaign that we're running.
Yeah, for battle companies.
And he also asked us, have you thought about playing the mapped-based battle company game?
Like the scenario,
the
campaign.
In the back they have the map base, and if you own this territory, you get this bonus. So no, we haven't really thought about doing that.
If we're in a larger group, and we had more people involved, I know there's some games. One of the Games Workshop stores locally put one up, but I don't know if it.
Like I play with a group of guys in Barrie at Sir Games a lot. Like we could do a map-based campaign there because we have enough people in that. But with us, like we're just meeting the two of us together. It's kind of hard to do a map-based campaign.
Yeah.
Just two.
Well, plus we're following like a narrative.
Yeah, we're doing. So we're doing the narrative campaign, not the map-based campaign. Like Zorp is doing the map-based campaign on their channel. They have a few more subscribers than us.
Just what is it?
I think they're over 8,000. Where it's like we're 250.
It's like 30 times as many.
We're gaining on them. Yeah. We're gaining on them.
Slowly. We're stealing their subscribers.
Actually, when I went and looked to see what Zorp was in terms of subscribers, and they're higher than GBHL, which I was surprised.
I actually watched one of their videos today.
Yeah.
The M1 Hen terrain one.
Yeah. They got he's really it's Lachlan, I think his name is.
Okay.
And he's really quite the terrain builder.
He did a good job, yeah.
Yeah, really nice stuff. But they're doing a map-based battle company.
Okay, cool.
As well, so that's good. Then we had another guy, Sean P. And he says, "Love these videos, guys. Thanks so much for making them. Great content. It's much appreciated." So thank you, Sean P.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Canada
With our
Day, buddy.
Canada Dry ginger ales. We're not sponsored.
Yeah, but Canada Dry. I don't think so.
But if they wanted to, we would be glad.
Yes, Canada Dry. Yes.
Yeah.
Then not the last video, but the one before that, where we talked about the most improved and
the armies
and the
which
ones
got the most
that took the greatest hit.
Yeah, hit.
So when we did the ones that took the greatest hit, we sort of forgot one, Arnor.
Yeah.
And someone corrected us on that one, Ben Boomer. And in this one, I think it's pronounced Leon. He disagreed with us, saying that the Corsairs of Umbar were one of the most improved factions. So we had a little conversation on the comment thing there, and just, it's pretty subjective. It's kind of just our opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty much set that I think they are one of the ones that are still the most improved. Like their improvements are a little subtle, and mostly it's around, is it Dalamar, their hero's name?
Yeah.
And
Dalgamar too. The two named heroes.
Yeah.
One of them's he's like a really cheap legend hero, hero of legend, so you can spam the bodies.
And he's cheaper now than he was in the previous edition.
Yeah.
So he went down, got better, and he's legendary. Has all the good heroics.
Yeah.
Anyways, plus their special rule, their army special rule, is one of the strong ones.
Well, it benefits having a lot of guys.
It does.
So.
But really appreciate the comment.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is really. It's a discussion starter, right? Like we're not going to be right on our opinions all the time. So
I sometimes reply if I know that someone's like. The problem is I don't get any notifications because I'm not like a moderator or whatever on the YouTube channel. So if I'm looking at the video or something, I'll see on my comment. But
okay.
Or if you mention to me that.
Don't let me forget about TGX, because I don't think I put it in the list here.
Oh, how could we forget?
Yeah. So the tournament we went to, the Kings Hall.
Yep.
So
June
we thought it was in
14.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be in Ottawa, which is a fair hike from here. It ended up that it was actually across the river, which meant that it was in Quebec. So
you could throw a stone in.
Yeah. It was like literally like the next street over.
Yeah. We're like driving up beside the river, and I'm like, see that place over there? They're like, yeah, that's probably where we're playing. Yeah. I'm like, no, you're joking. And then we drove all the way up, crossed the river, and drove all the way back down. I said, see, I told you.
Yeah. So we went with Adam Marcel came with us.
He did.
Unfortunately, my sister owns a cottage. It was a little further away than I thought it was going to be. It was ended up 2 hours almost away.
It was okay.
But it was drivable. So we stayed at my sister's cottage on the Friday night, did the tournament, and stayed there again on the Saturday night.
Yeah, so we did our usual
went home on the Sunday.
Road trips. What was it, Friday? We both had the day off. Adam had the day off. So got a little bit
It was good. It was
delayed
fun.
at the start, but we got out and got on the road, and it was good.
Yep. And we Friday night we played a game, which I forget the name of it. It's a Lord of the Rings
Quest for
board game.
Mount Doom,
Quest for Mount Doom.
I think.
It's the one that's only available in Canada and the US?
Yeah.
It was fun.
Comes with a fellowship in it.
Yeah.
The plastic fellowship.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, $100 for the game?
Something like that.
Something like that, and it comes with a plastic fellowship in the game.
Yeah. Like
So
the
it's
stuff
like,
you use in the normal...
If you want to buy the plastic fellowship, just buy
Yeah.
the Quest for Mount Doom, and you get a game too.
Yeah, exactly.
Only like a few dollars more.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was an easy game to play
we played
too.
a couple times. Your
Yeah.
sister even played with us.
Yeah,
one
my
day.
sister Linda played the first game with us, which was fun.
It's like very obvious when someone has the ring though, because they're like, I'm gonna go here, and you're like, oh, he's got the ring, get him.
Yeah. So that was good. But the tournament in the Kings Hall, it was a 100-point tournament.
Yep. Do you know what the store was? Multi-zone? Was it multi-zone?
Sounds familiar, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't remember, but that sounds like it's right.
It was like one of their 2 stores in Quebec. One was in Gatineau and one was in Aylmer.
Yeah. So didn't get a huge turnout. I think we were hoping to see like 14 to 16, and we ended up with a little bit less than that.
10?
Yeah, was it 10 or 12?
No, it was 10.
Okay. Because a couple of guys came and played a game, but I don't think they were part of the tournament.
Oh, I didn't
Like
see
Dom.
it. Oh, yeah.
Dom came and
Dom
played.
played against Justin.
Oh, he played a okay.
Travis.
So yeah, so we only actually had 10 people playing, which is pretty small. And actually, the tournaments that have run in Ottawa, that's kind of what we get. It's like the
Yeah.
community isn't huge over there, so hopefully in the coming year we'll see some growth there. But like half of them were from Ottawa, so that was good.
Yep.
Right?
From the area anyway.
Yeah. So what did you bring?
I brought Barrett Dur,
Bear-Doer.
led by the king of all kings himself, the Lord Sauron.
The Lord Sauron.
Our Lord and Savior.
So how many models total? Remember?
14, as it was Sauron, 12, 12 Black Numenorians,
Mm-hmm.
and Shelob. So everything caused terror. Yeah, that was my list. It was pretty good.
Pretty small list. I brought Isengard, and mostly because they had he was given an away award for the best converted model. He had
Yeah.
a bunch of them. We'll talk about the awards at the end. And I wanted to try to win the best converted model award. And so I had done a video on the YouTube channel called Building a Green Stuff Troll or whatever.
Sure.
And I built a troll from mostly green stuff and used some of the extra plastic bits that you get in the box. You know when you cut the sprue up and you end up with extra like arms and heads and stuff, and you're like, I could pretty well build another model out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that, and it's like, just buy the model.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I finally got that guy finished, and
Cool.
and I brought that in the hopes to win. But it meant that my army wasn't going to be as competitive because trolls aren't all that competitive. But I brought Saruman, and did I end up going with Vrasku? I think I brought Vrasku. And then I just maxed out their troops on Orcs, Uruk-hai scouts, and Dunlanding. So I didn't have any Uruk-hai warriors, but
okay.
I had like a full 18 plus 12.
Cool.
So 30 warriors, including the troll. Yeah. So that was fun. So just quickly go through our games. First game was, I believe, To the Death. Is that right?
It was one of the ones with the banner.
Yeah. I played Ben Boomer, who played, it was all Minas Tirith.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the board was cool. I'll put up a photo because it had Father Justin's huge Orthanc
Oh, okay.
on it. So it was kind of like home field advantage for me, but I got massacred. He shot me to pieces before we got into fighting, and then we started fighting, and time ended, and he won.
Okay. I played Sam Thompson,
Mm-hmm.
one of the local guys out there, and I lost. He was playing Lothlorien
Okay.
with not Sap, or not
Galadriel?
Yeah, well, it had Galadriel, but not the one with
It's just the regular Galadriel.
Yeah, just the regular.
Not Lady of Light.
Correct.
Because it's not in the army.
That's the one.
Yeah. I played him later as well.
Okay. Yeah, it was a loss. I didn't break though.
Didn't break?
I think I lost because he had a banner and I didn't.
So are you saying you made use of the army special rule?
I did.
More on that later. Game 2, I played Adam Marcel, who came with us, and his army, I forget if he had 4 or 5 models. 4. He had Radagast on Sleigh, Gwahir, and 2 Eagles, I think.
Yes.
And I played Seize the Prize against that army, and I lost, because Eagles are faster than Orcs.
Yes.
Good game though. He hung around long enough to like have a fight, so we had a fight, and he ended up running it off the table and won the game. But like on the first turn, I did get off like a Sorcerer's Blast on one of the Eagles and blew Radagast off of his his ride. So
nice.
that was kind of like first turn Sorcerer's Blast worked a couple times in this tournament.
That's good.
But yeah, I lost. So 2 losses so far for me.
Not good. Well, you figured you were doing that.
Yeah.
I played Derek Satnick. He was playing
Mirkwood.
Thranduil's Halls.
Thranduil's Halls?
He had Thranduil, Tariel, and then just a mixture of a bunch of Mirkwood elves and rangers, and I think he had one of the harp guys. What are they called?
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
He did.
Yeah, he forgot that Sauron was a monster and could barge. So
well, because it's new, right? He didn't used to be a monster.
I moved up first turn, had Shelob up ahead of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
He charged Shelob with Thranduil, and then moved up his guys to kind of block me from getting into that fight with Sauron, who was right there. And I was like, okay. I guess he didn't realize that I was able to barge, because I'm like, are you calling any heroic combats or strikes or anything? He goes, well, are you calling a heroic combat? I said, no. Okay. So he didn't strike, he didn't heroic combat.
Yeah.
It was my turn. I'm like, okay, we're going to do Sauron versus this guy first. Like, okay. Rolled, won the fight, barged, pushed into Thranduil, and then Thranduil and Shelob killed... Or sorry, Sauron and Shelob killed Thranduil.
Yeah, Thranduil's good, but not that good.
No.
Yeah.
It was a total gotcha, because he's oh, I forgot you could do that, and I was like, oh. Because I think we took 2 pictures of it, and like one was with Thranduil fighting Shelob, and then the next was Sauron and Shelob beside an open space.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
And actually, game 3, I played Derek right after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was Capture and Control.
Yes. I played Adam, who you had just played.
Yeah. And I started that game off too. First turn, Sorcerer's Blast. So I Sorcerer's Blasted a guy into Thranduil, knocked him off his...
Oh, that's rough.
His donkey.
His donkey. Donkey.
And it was a line fight pretty much, that game. And... in the end, I managed to win, but it was very close. If it had gone another turn, he might have won. But it was basically one of these kind of fights.
Sure.
He brought Thranduil in to my side. What was he trying to do? Was he trying to kill Saruman? I forget now. But anyway, I was able to just keep feeding guys into him, and he wasn't able to do much. So I won a tight game there.
Okay.
And you played Adam?
I played Adam. There's a lot of flying in, killing guys, and then running away. And I only had so many models. But what I did is I kept Sauron and Shelob right next to the middle objective, and I had my Castellans. I keep calling them Castellans. The Black Numenorians go out. At one point, I had all 5 of the objectives. I was like, come on, let's get this game over. But no, he ended up taking them all back, and I think he killed everything but Sauron. And the game just kept going. Yeah. Because it wasn't broken. And I think the game ended on a 1 or 2 if you were broken.
Because you hadn't lost enough wounds to be broken?
Yeah. So it came down to, I think, the last turn, and then he managed to break me.
Game 4, we played Reconnoiter, which helped me with my bingo.
Last game?
Yeah. And I played Sam Thompson, who you played.
Yep.
Who was playing Lothlorien. Looked like I was going to win because I had some warg riders and stuff that were going to try to get off the table, but he managed to move it. It was only like 3 elves over there, and just because he kept winning priority in the last few turns, he was able to I'll charge these 2, I'll charge these 2, I'll charge these 2. So all my guys kept getting tied up. Like I outnumbered him, but he was charging all the time. But it was a fun game because I had a lot of Uruk-hai bows in my army, but of course he had Galadriel with blinding light up.
Yeah.
And so he sort of ended up pushing his whole army almost, except for those few guys, trying to bust through my right flank, and I kind of held him up mostly with my troll and some guys. And it ended up, neither of us got anything off. We were both close, but neither got anything off. 0-0 tie.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was like one of my least number of victory points at a tournament, I think. I got 1 win and 1 tie, and my tie was 0-0.
Yeah. My game was against Zach Fleming. I ended up losing the game.
Mm-hmm.
I had Shelob go up my one side, who Huron the Tall and some cavalry basically charged her, and I held them up for a turn or 2, but then he eventually whittled me down.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the big thing though.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Avenger Bolt Thrower that he has. 1 turn, he fired into Sauron, who was in the open, and I was just like, well, I could cast on one of those guys, but I really want to stop Huron from killing Shelob, so I cast Transfix on him instead of Chill Souling one of the Ballista guys.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm defense 10, strength 7, you need 6s to wounds, it should be fine. It wasn't fine. Some spiky dice
just
rolling.
He rolled high,
I think he had 5 shots. 4 of them rolled a 6 to hit, and then 3 of them rolled 6s to wound. Yeah. So it was 3 wounds gone, and okay, there goes the fact that I can't be broken now. Yeah. And then he just eventually broke me because he had more guys. Killed Shelob and then ran 3 cav off the table. Yeah, the Avenger Bolt Thrower. It's now pretty well an auto include in almost every Minister army. But you need 6s to wound my guy. I was like, I am totally fine. Yeah. I can survive 1 turn of shooting from this thing, and then the next turn I Chill sold one of his guys and it was okay, but it was too late by then. Yeah. Just fluke. It's a little too good for the points. It's It's only 50 points. I think it's 60, but as demonstrated by the fact that every single Minas Tirith player that you play now has one, that tells you something. Yeah, well, it's like every Iron Hills player has a twirly whirly, the Ballista or whatever. Okay, well, the prizes. So who won the tournament? Ronan Satnik won. He did. Ben Boomer came in second. Did he? Yeah, he did. Ben came second, and was it Joseph third? Joseph came in third. Yeah, because Joseph and Ronan played each other twice, and they each won a game. Yeah, I believe. And Ronan had enough to be up top, and then what did Joseph bring? We already talked about Ben's army. He had Minas Tirith. Rivendell. That's right. Joseph had Rivendell. I don't remember what he had because I didn't play him. Glorfindel, the twins, and maybe Arwen. Something like that, and then some elves. Yeah, and Ronan had Goblin Town, led by the Goblin King. Yep. With 1 ally. Oh, he had I guess Smeagol's or Gollum's part of that list. Yeah. So, but he had 1 ally, yeah. 1 single model ally. Yeah. And it turned his army to impossible allies. And can you guess what it was? It's the $1 million question, the thing everybody hates. Let's not say what it was. Let's see. Comment and let us know if you know what it was. Yeah. Good enough to get him to win. GW makes a whole lot of it. They do. You won something, though. I did. What'd you win? My army won Best Painted. Best Painted Army. Yep, which I was happy to see. Gorgeous looking army, too. The blues. The blues. Yeah, there was a few really nice painted armies there, too, so it wasn't a gimme for sure. I was surprised. Yeah. And I managed to win the Best Converted, which is what I was going for. Yeah. So I was happy to win that. With old Droopy Drawers. Droopy Drawers!
Frankentroll, aka Droopy Drawers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good.
So that was good. I was glad to win that.
It's hard to not win.
Yeah.
When you like basically built the model yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a few other conversions there, but they were more standard type stuff like
weapon swap,
head swaps, weapon swaps, and stuff like that.
Congratulations.
So I was happy. Thank you.
Now we're both tied with 2 hobby awards.
That's right.
It's the battle.
Yeah, my other one hobby award was my 20-plus-year-old display board managed to get me another best display board because I had one.
Yeah. Wasn't it best display for this event? Didn't Ben win it?
If they had it, he won it.
Okay.
Because his display board was ridiculously awesome.
Yeah.
They may have had it actually. I can't remember if they did.
I think they did.
Yeah, I took pictures of it.
Because it was a toss-up between
ridiculous display board.
Like
Alistair's
amazing. Board was really good too.
Yeah, Alistair's was good as well. His was the the amphibious assault by the orcs, or landing craft for the orcs.
At Osgiliath.
But Justin Bertrand was the TO of the Kings Hall, so this is where we're going to segue into our member spotlight.
Okay.
And it's going to be on Justin, something we've never done before. But I just wanted to talk about it because he's been doing so much stuff, and like nobody ever talks about it. And we should really mention it. So Justin has been part of our league, so I think since 2015. Yeah. When all those guys came down from up north, Ben and Joe, and I think Justin was there. I think it was
the Dragon tournament we had in Guelph.
Yeah.
The 3 of them showed up.
So he's been like a regular fixture. He lives pretty far, but he does make quite an effort to come down to the tournament, like those guys that live up that way do.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, really appreciated, and we try to reciprocate and go when they host stuff as well.
Yes.
He normally plays Angmar, Rohan, Mirkwood, Isengard, and also the Double Dragon combo.
He took that to Dueling Grounds, the first tournament of the year.
Did he?
In Peterborough, yeah.
I don't think I played it, but anyway.
I watched him roast somebody in the next table over in one of my games.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So he's got quite a selection. He's been playing the game for a long time. I will show some pictures of some of the stuff. I did ask him if I could put photos up, and he said no problem.
Cool.
So he has hosted a tournament. So being a TO in a league is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it can be really hard. When we were starting the league, it was really hard to get people to agree to TO because it's a lot of work, and you know
you don't get to play in a tournament.
Yeah, you don't get to play. And, you know, financially, too, it can be stressful because, like, normally people don't sign up until the very end.
Yeah.
Right? And so you don't know how much money to put out and all of that kind of stuff. So just anyone that's willing to regularly be a TO, it's really appreciated by the league. Yeah, it's huge. So he's run the Kings Hall for 3 years in a row now.
Yeah.
And he's been to Articon and going again this year.
Yep.
I think. Been to Nova, and I think also going this year. I may be wrong there.
He wasn't at Nova last year, was he? No. He went the year that we didn't go.
Yeah, he went, I think, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're on alternating Nova schedules still.
Yeah, we can't get I can't get those here, but it's like it was sold out.
Yeah. But he's like, we'll go on to say more about him, but like, he's such a great guy, you know, and a really great ambassador for the hobby. So it's really good that he's playing internationally because what a great guy to have represent like our group along with other people from here that go. But he also was in SBG magazine.
It wasn't the last one.
Yeah.
We read it in the car ride.
Yeah, we read it. I read it out loud to you guys.
Well, I was driving, so I couldn't read.
Yeah. So he was the first ever, what do you call that, international, I guess, contributor?
Okay.
Or whatever, to SBG magazine. So I'll put up a picture of it. But it was a fun article too, and typical of him. And it was on the art of the wooden spoon, like basically how to come in last and still have a blast, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's won a lot of wooden spoon awards, but he doesn't care about winning, and it's more like he can have just as much fun with coming in last, and that's what it's about. And did you see the picture that he posted? I don't think he posted it on the OSBGL group. I think he posted it on his own feed of his tattoo.
Oh, I saw the tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah. This is ridiculous,
like his whole arm, yeah.
Yeah, he's got like this massive, it's like almost a full sleeve, not quite, sleeve tattoo, and then it's like up on his chest here and his back too, just like a massive tattoo, right, that you would never know that he has because it's not visible.
No.
Yeah, but the thing to me that makes me laugh about that too, and I don't know why, but it's just like, Justin is a priest. So, like, he was ordained 2 years ago as a Roman Catholic priest, and he's got this, like, massive tattoo, and it's a Lord of the Rings tattoo.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. And you would never know it, but, yeah, so he's an ordained priest playing in our league, and we're, like, what would you call a non-denominational sort of group. Sure. You know, we have people of, like, all different religions and stuff, but... it is pretty neat. Like, he'll occasionally come to an event with his collar on. Yeah. You know, it's pretty different. It's cool.
It is. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I asked him, like, is there anything that you've won, like, at an OSBGL event that's, like, really means something to you, or the thing that means the most to you? And he actually won Best Painted Evil at TGX last year.
He did.
Which we're going to talk about next.
His Angmar.
Yeah, he brought his Angmar, and he won TGX Best Painted for Angmar, and he got, this year, they're giving away a different trophy, but he won, I forget what you call it, it's the statue of the lady sort of holding the shards of Narsil. Yeah. And then they're actually separate little pieces of metal, like the sword.
Yeah, the ones where it's like, I'm going to lose a piece.
Yeah. Really nice little statuette. So that's kind of his favorite thing that he's
very cool.
Anyway, so thought we would just do something different there and do a member spotlight on Justin. Great guy. Yeah. Great ambassador for our group, and 2 thumbs up for
definitely.
Justin.
He's very good.
Yeah.
Very good for the community.
And speaking of Justin winning Best Painted at TGX.
Another
is coming up. It's our next tournament in the OSBGL.
It is. Today is the 1st of July.
Yeah.
TGX is
oh my god, so it's less than a month away.
It's the 19th, 20th, and 21st of July. I think we've got 2 weekends.
And we've been like going back and forth like crazy probably for 3 weeks about what we're going to play.
Yeah. We talked about it on the car ride.
Oh.
After
it's
the
just
tournament,
ridiculous, yeah.
The whole ride home.
Yeah, because of course it's a 100-point event, so it's important for.
And we're riding with the TO.
Yeah. And they're giving away the Games Workshop Middle-earth trophies.
Yeah.
And Adam actually has 2 additional trophies to give away this year. So he's got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and then he's got 2 more one for Best Painted Good and 1 for Best Painted Evil. So there's 5 of the Games Workshop trophies available at the event.
Yeah.
Would be kind of nice to win one.
So close
let's
last
face
year.
it.
So
yeah, would you come 4th? Or?
Yeah, 4th. And it was by like 2 or 3
Devastating,
points.
Eh?
Joseph beat me just by the tiniest little bit.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And you had Army of Thror.
I did.
Yeah.
I was like the only person in the top 15 that didn't have a wizard.
Yeah.
And the only person in the top 10 that didn't have 2 wizards.
2 wizards.
Because I had no wizards.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just took dwarves.
We'll see what it's like this year, because that was back when Magic was the be-all and end-all. Now it's not so much.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The reign of the Fell Beast has ended.
It's a little bit different now. Those aren't the killer spells, but
no.
You know, it's more about blinding light. What's
Terrifying Aura.
Terrifying Aura.
Or no, Aura of Dismay.
Aura of Dismay. Yeah, Kyrion, basically. It's all Kyrion.
He's an okay guy.
He's not okay. They should have played a few more test games with him.
They should have.
He's not right. Too cheap in points. He's not a great hero, but he's got all of the really key spells.
You just take Legolas and
yeah,
2 turns.
Yeah. Yeah, he's easy to kill if you can get to
I
him.
think he has 1 fate and 2 wounds. Defense 3. Super easy to kill. Just
yeah, but
Legolas.
it's like he's become like one of the most popular models for one of the most popular armies now.
Yeah, Rivendell has.
Anyway, TGX.
So yeah, TGX.
100-point event.
Big
GW
one.
trophies.
Americans coming.
1,000 points.
There's 1,000 points. 3-hour games.
Yeah, so there's 3 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, and then he's got a Friday night, some stuff going on Friday night.
I think Friday there's some stuff.
Chaos and Arda.
Yeah.
And I think is he doing battle companies too? Just like he's setting up some tables for people that want to play battle companies.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. Last time we didn't go Friday night. We just went on the Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe this year we'll go on the Friday too.
I have
We'll
booked
see.
off.
So do I. So that sounds like a yes to me.
It does.
Yeah. So 1,000 points.
It's a lot of stuff.
So we've been tossing the ball around of what we're going to take. And
I had a list decided way
long time
half a year ago.
Yeah. So are you taking that list?
No.
No. Yeah. I'm not taking the list that I was planning on taking for a long time either. Well, I might now. Like I had a list planned, back and forth, this list, that, and then I settled in on one, and then today I realized, I can't get that done. It's not going to happen. I don't have enough time left. So back to the drawing board. Got to figure out what I'm taking, and I don't know what to take. Part of the problem is I have too much stuff. I can't make up my mind. So, but
That's
you
not my problem.
you know what you're taking.
I'm going to take the same army I took last year, with a little bit of a tweak.
Yeah. What's the tweak?
Well, before last year, I had to take just Army of Thor stuff to get the army bonus.
Yeah.
Now we're allowed to take the army bonus if I have allies, like historic allies.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ally in some Iron Hills.
Bringing some bros.
Some bros, yeah. Some dwarf bros.
Yeah, it'll do good. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You bringing Twirly Whirly or no?
Yes.
Maybe?
No, definitely. Of course. What? I'm
Yeah, why would
allying in
you-
Iron
why-
Hills. I'm not taking my Twirly. What are you, crazy?
Yeah, it's like the first thing on your list probably that you would include.
Well, like my army has, I have throwing axes, but
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have a Twirly Whirly.
Yeah, yeah. Like unless you're taking a few crossbows, it's like that's your only shooting.
No
really.
crossbows.
Yeah. For me, I'm bouncing all over the place between what I'm gonna take. Maybe like I just bought a Balrog, so I'm thinking about maybe getting that painted up and bringing Moria. Been thinking about taking Dol Guldur because I got the army off of you.
Yeah.
So it's the full Dol Guldur Necromancer with the Nazgul and the Keeper of the Dungeons. Dwarves, thinking about bringing a huge army of dwarves.
Dwarves are good.
Yeah, so the Dol Guldur is the one that I had kind of settled in on taking. But it was kind of only be if I could get my display board made, and it's just not going to happen. I mean, I'm going to still put some time into it because I want to build it, and I need it for the bingo.
Yeah.
And I want to have a display for my shelf for the army. So it's going to be something I'm going to work on, but I got to have a backup army.
Well, I was the same way. Like I was tossing back and forth between doing the Return of the King and the Dwarves. I really wanted to do a really nice display board for Return of the King, but again, it's all time. I don't have the time to finish it properly, so.
I don't think people will be bringing really competitive armies, though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That was my outdoor voice.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of really competitive stuff at this one.
There will be so much cheese. We almost needed dairy to.
Yeah. Well, because it's a 100-point event in the league, and there's 5 of these trophies available.
Yeah.
There's like
the trophies are only available at like limited events.
Yeah.
TGX is one of them. Nova.
Yeah, like there's 2 events in North America that have them.
Yeah.
Nova and TGX. That's
and then
it.
Articon, I think, is the only other one. There's Articon good?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they give it away at that or the Throne Skulls.
It was at Articon
Or both.
and Throne of Skulls.
Yeah.
Because I remember last year, who's the Green Dragon?
Jeremy?
No, it wasn't Jeremy. Kylie.
Right, it's Kylie. Yeah, did she win or?
She came in second.
She came in second.
She lost to, now I can't remember his name.
Jay.
Jay Clare.
Yeah. And that was supposedly Jay's like last competitive event or something like that. And they may give away the trophies in Europe at some like the ITC. I don't know if they get them or if any of the big European tournaments get them.
Right?
Like there's very few tournaments that have them anyway.
I was surprised that Adam said that there's going to be 2 more, one for Best Painted Evil and one for Best Painted Good. Yeah. So I was like, I could maybe just go for Best Painted Good to get one, but then it's like, yeah, right, if you don't, like if you show up and somebody's got like every model in his armies converted, you're like, well, I'm glad I brought this uncompetitive Best Painted Army.
Yeah. Back to the drawing board for next year.
Let's hope I win at least a game.
Yeah. Well, not only that too, but he's got a lot of other prizes. Like last year, there was like the prize support that they had at the tournament was like ridiculous.
It is.
Like Adam goes like above and beyond in getting support from vendors and whatnot.
Well, and I think the TGX themselves are providing a bunch of Games Workshop type product too. Yeah. So.
But like he brought in all kinds of other like really cool, Middle Earth related.
We brought in that statue that Justin won.
Yeah, like is it a Weta? I think it's a Weta Workshop thing. So
He had swords last year too.
He did have swords.
Because Drew won in one of them.
Did he?
Yeah, he came first.
I don't remember the sword though.
He won a sword.
Okay. What kind of sword?
I think it was Arwen's.
Okay.
Rifflefang or something. I can't remember what the name of his sword is. Haffelfang or something like that. No, that's
yeah. So they were originally saying that there was a maximum of 40 players.
Yeah. Gotta look this up now.
But I did see that there was possibly increasing it to 50. And the last time I talked to Adam, which was a while ago, they had sold, I think, 30 tickets.
No, it's up to 40 now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think so.
I meant to text him today and ask him, or message him, but I forgot.
Adam, how many people are the tournament?
Let me call him. No. Yeah, so if you haven't signed up yet for TGX, you better jump on that because you don't want to miss out. It's going to be, if he's sold 40 tickets, it's going to be the biggest tournament for the OSBGL. So far, I think our top was the last GT we had in January, which was, I think, 36.
Yep.
So
it's a good time.
Looks like we'll hit the 40, maybe even 50.
Yeah.
So that'd be good. But I think there's like probably 10 players from the US coming up. Like the Iversons are coming up, Devin's coming up, Jake is coming up.
Devin's brother.
Devin's brother's probably coming. And I know there's 2 other guys.
Who are they that aren't able to come this year?
Oh, Laura and Dwayne Fleck. Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, it'll be a busy tournament. Lots of prizes, 1,000 points, 100 points in the league.
And it's definitely worth going to.
Yeah, it's a really well-run tournament. It's at a fairly big event. TGX is a sort of a growing...
I think they're trying to be like one of the bigger...
Yeah, it's in Toronto, right?
Mississauga.
So.
It's in a convention...
Close to the airport.
It is. I think the airport's across the road.
Yeah. So come to TGX.
Yeah.
Pay your monies.
Come so that I don't have to play Andrew.
But we'll talk about TGX in our next episode because it'll have already been gone by then. Hopefully we'll come home with like a big trophy.
Both of us.
Yeah.
All 3 of us.
It's not too much to ask.
We can do it. If we
Why
put
not?
our minds to it, we can do anything.
Okay, let's move on to Flotsam and Jetsam.
Okay, let's get this done in a hurry.
So we're just going to talk about the army bonuses that are available for match play. And we picked some of the ones that we thought were the better ones. So this is one that we'd really like to hear feedback from the viewers.
From the viewers, yeah. It's not like, we're not talking the army as a whole competitive-wise.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking this army bonus.
Because I have an army here that's terrible, but their bonus is really good and makes the army reasonable.
Yeah, so we're not talking like this is going to make the army top tier, going to win tournaments. We're just basing it totally on the rule.
It's the effect of the army on the rule. It's like this, having this special rule is going to pretty much ensure you're not going to take an ally that's yellow, because you want to keep the army.
You're going to only take historic allies.
And there's a lot that could be considered the best. So, like, you know, we're not going to include all of them. We're not going to say that, like, are the ones that you're going to do 4, I'm going to do 4. And these may not be the best 8, but these are among the best 8. And we'll do some
honorable mentions that
we got a couple
we're like, oh, I can't get rid of these. Maybe we should do top 5.
There's a lot that are, like, in the top. I think there was, I think we pulled out 13.
Yeah.
That were in the running. So you have 4, I have 4, and then we've got 5 that are all honorable mentions.
I have played every one of these.
And then we pulled out a few that are definitely at the bottom, like the very bottom.
Yeah.
All the rest are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
So you go first. Pick one that you.
Well, I'll start with, I think, the army with the. If we go alphabetical here, we're going to go with...
Oh, you're doing alphabetical.
Barad-dûr.
Mm-hmm. So you just talked about that. You took the army to the last tournament.
So the special rule is, it's basically, you want to take Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
His warband is double the size of a normal warband.
24.
24. And if you pick models from this list specifically, the army never counts as being broken.
Right.
As long as Sauron has 3 or more wounds.
Okay.
So if he has 2 wounds, then the army can be broken.
So normally, well, at least in tournament play, you see this with Sauron hoarded out with orcs. Yeah. Which, him being allowed to take 24 himself really helps.
Yeah, so you don't have to take the hero tax on a second warband.
Yeah, so it just means that you can lose like droves and droves and droves of orcs and still not be broken.
Yeah. Well, like in previous editions, if you had Sauron, you wouldn't have very many guys, so they'd be like, whatever, we'll just break you by killing your easy to kill guys, and then the game's over.
Yeah.
So this is a rule to counter that.
Yeah, and numbers certainly help you win missions, and like this special rule, it's kind of like a point denial thing.
Yeah.
Because the other guy, it's really hard to get leader kill or break.
Yeah.
So you're like taking away half the victory points from the other player.
Yeah. The other, like the last part to it is, if Sauron dies, like if you manage to kill him, the army is broken. Mm-hmm. You could lose nobody else, but Sauron dies, and you're automatically broken.
Yeah, but it's hard to get to Sauron if you hoard out, like, you know, if you have like pushing 100 orcs or something.
It was something I was considering for TGX.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you don't need to bore my orcs anymore. Okay,
no.
Excellent.
So yeah, that's a pretty good army list.
Okay, I'm not going alphabetical.
No.
So we talked about this as like not a great army. The Rangers, probably one of the worst armies in the core book.
The all hero list.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess you can take normal guys, can't you? Yeah, you can take Rangers.
You can?
Rangers in North.
Those are heroes.
Oh, it is all heroes.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But their army bonus is really good for the army. They're dangerous folk wandering in the wilds. All models from this army list gain woodland creature special rule.
That's pretty good.
The Rangers of the North, Dunedain, may benefit from Standfast of Arathon, Halbrand, and Aragorn Strider, which is good.
Yeah, so
not normally allowed. So that's 2 things they're getting.
Hero.
And then additionally, the Rangers of the North and Dunedain increase their attack value to 2 while they have the infantry keyword. So if they're not they can be mounted, which is awesome. But if they're not mounted, well, sorry, Dunedain can't be. But you can get like an extra attack, and so number of attacks is what wins this game.
Yeah.
Right. So that rule, although it's for a pretty subpar army, is an excellent special rule.
Yeah, +1 attack to every one of your Rangers in Dunedain. It's freaking awesome.
Back to you.
Back to me. My second one is another list that I've taken. I actually took it to Council of the Wise, and that's Fangorn.
Which I believe when Green Dragon did this before the previous edition, when they were sort of beta testing these, I think they had this one at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the army's basically Treebeard and Ents. It really only works at the 800 point level without you losing a lot of stuff.
A lot of points.
Yeah, because like I could take it to 1,000 points, but
because mathematically,
like 8 points
800 just works for the army. Because
and Fangorn doesn't have any historic allies; they're all convenient.
Right.
So you'd lose this bonus, and this bonus is way too good. Don't be hasty, young hobbits. Ent models from this list gain the Fearless Special Rule. Amazing. And they also are unaffected by any magic powers or special rules that would prevent them from moving or move them against their will. The only exception is that Sorcerer's Blast will still hit them.
It still causes a hit.
Yeah.
Strength 5 or whatever.
But no movement from that.
Right.
Additionally, they are completely unaffected by Nature's Wrath and Wrath of Burnin. So no
2
knocking
spells
down.
that you see a lot more of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Transfix in the old edition, just like ruined heroes in the game.
Yeah, but
and
especially
big
like
monsters.
non hero models that can resist. This way it's just
it does nothing to
magic
them,
does nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes that force. You know, it's still not the most competitive force around. Let's face it, but the rule makes that playable. Like you just can't get shut down anymore.
Yeah, I played them at, like I said, at a tournament, and
you won best converted.
I did, because they're all converted. But the army bonus itself basically meant that no one was doing anything to me magic wise.
Yeah.
I played Adam with his eagles, and he's like, "Oh, I can't transfix you? No. Can't knock you down with this? No."
It would be good to see them get another hero and like maybe another like warrior model.
Yeah, if they had like a half-size tree guy or something like that, like maybe like a sproutling or something like that, where they're like a 1 wound.
They have that in the latest White Dwarf for the Evil Battle Companies campaign.
Oh, okay.
There's they go into Fangorn and they have like a profile for like a smaller tree.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that'd be
It's almost like a dryad type thing.
Yeah.
From Age of Sigmar.
Yeah. Just borrow the models.
Yeah.
Okay, for my second one, everybody knows that this is really good. Rohan.
Yeah.
Yeah. +1 strength on the charge. It's simple, but it's good. Really good. Seeing as like pretty well half the time you're going to be charging, so it is a situational thing. But it's like 50% of the time kind of thing. Like,
and it's all your heroes become strength 5.
Yeah. And the way this works, like we've talked before about hero shock.
Yeah.
Works really well with that, because normally even if you lose priority, you're spending might to do heroic moves. So you're kind of hoping to always get the charge with cavalry. That's how cavalry works.
Yeah.
And with the +1 strength on the charge and the knockdown, it's really good.
Do they get that army bonus in the Legendary Legion?
I'm not sure. I was just thinking about that. I think they do, because I looked in the Legendary Legions and there were no new army bonuses. They were all of the original ones.
Because usually,
so I think it is.
It's like usually a bonus that's listed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. They do get it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Tell us we're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So +1 strength when charging.
Yeah.
So you're getting like.
It doesn't seem like much, but it's pretty huge.
Where you're getting extra attack for charging.
Yeah.
When you knock down, you're rolling 4 dice, and that well, especially for their basic warriors, going from a 3 to a 4.
Yeah.
Like those defense 6 troops that have a hard time with the strength 3.
Yeah. And the way their army list works too is like you have other named heroes that are giving like buffs, like so many inches, like Theoden has it, Erkenbrand has it, like
+1 to their fight.
Yeah. So there you go, Rohan. That's another one that's really good.
Okay. My next one is another. Well, I said it already, but Dead of Dunharrow. It's good.
Well, this basically makes that army viable.
Yeah.
Without the special rule, it's not really even a viable list.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, it's a little bit less important now that there's a Herald model, but you still don't have to take the Herald model.
Because the Herald is their second hero that they have. They only have the King of the Dead right now, right? And and the Herald is in the book.
Yeah, so it's the dead do not suffer, the living to pass is the army bonus. King of the Dead gains Harbinger of Evil.
Which is just like huge for that list.
Which is great when everything causes terror.
Yeah.
So you're -1 charging the terror causing models. That's good. Additionally, war bands that consist of 8 or more models do not need a hero to be a captain of the warband. Instead, one of the warriors takes the warband's role of captain for the purpose of deployment.
So it just means that you can take more warriors without having to have a hero model to lead them.
I guess technically you don't even need to take the king.
No.
So you could just have
But yeah,
dudes.
the king is amazing with Herald of the Dead, so or Harbinger of Evil,
Evil,
rather.
yeah.
So yeah, like in order to get 15-point models on the table, like which are your warriors, right? You normally would need a hero to lead them. But like in this case they're removing that, so you can just take like the Dead of Dunharrow warrior models are amazing. And normally the thing that really holds you back in an army list is the fact that you have to spend all these points to get a hero.
Well,
but you don't have to in that
look
army.
at a 300-point list with this. I could just be like, I'm taking 20 guys with shields.
Yeah.
20 models.
Yeah, like in a really low point thing like that, you could totally
you could
do
just
that.
not even hero and just like whatever, I don't have any might. I have 20 guys
Yeah.
that have a high defense.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where.
And it's frustrating to play against this army with the Harbinger because it's difficult to charge it.
Yeah.
And because like if you're doing the good versus evil thing, it's like when you're playing against evil armies, it's so hard. It's so hard to get charges off.
Evil's notorious for having low courage, right? So.
Yeah.
Okay.
My turn? Okay, we're going to the one that we had some feedback on, which is Corsairs of Umbar. And their army bonus is the Corsairs are upon us. It is the last stroke of doom.
Dun, dun.
It's a long title.
I know.
Corsair models gain the Backstabbers special rule.
It's the longest name of the rule, but I think the shortest rule.
Yeah. The rule is actually shorter than the name of the rule.
Yeah. So yeah, they get Backstabber.
Yeah, and Backstabber is?
If a model is trapped, everybody involved in that combat gets +1 to wound.
So +1 to wound
Not
+1 to
strength.
wound is the best bonus you can get in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like getting +2 strength.
It's like everybody's using 2-handed weapon.
Yeah. So it is situational. It has to be when you're trapping.
Yeah.
However, almost all the time when you see this army now, it's a horde.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So
you're giving a horde +1 to wound when they're trapping models. Well, they're going to be trapping a lot of models because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Right. So this actually their profile of their average warriors. There's nothing special.
They're actually terrible.
Yeah, but getting +1 to wound.
Yeah.
Is amazing for them. So again, this rule really brings that army up because it gives them strength in melee. There's no question they have strength in shooting.
If you trap somebody, you're pretty much guaranteeing a kill.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a multi-wound.
You're going to have at least 3 models attacking at least
so
6 attacks,
yeah.
and they're all +1 to wound.
Yeah.
It's going to go down.
Yeah.
Corsairs of Umbar.
It's almost it's like on par with cavalry.
But like that's the thing, like that rule, like the army is really good because you can hoard it out and get tons of shooting and
guys.
They have other strengths. But this rule really fits right into what you're doing with your list.
Yeah, you're backstabbing pirates.
Yeah, backstabbing pirates.
Okay, my last one is the Serpent Horde, which is Old Harad, I guess you could call it. The army bonus is the Scorpion Sting. Serpent Horde army may have 50% of its warriors armed with bows, which is really good. And additionally, all Haradrim warriors and raiders may apply the poison weapons special rule to all their weapons. So that's their daggers, their spears, their bows if they take them, all that stuff.
So these are their basic troops, right?
Yeah.
But like it makes those basic troops a lot better.
It does.
And you said 50% bows, right?
Correct. So you could take Watchers of Karna,
Mm-hmm.
which are the guys in robes,
Mm-hmm.
and they could have bows, and they have poison bows if you take them,
Mm-hmm.
but you could get the 50% with that. So
Okay.
it's a combination. It's really good.
But that rule there gives them poison for all of their weapons, not just bows.
Not the Watchers.
No, but for the
But
regular
The basic
Haradrim.
Haradrim? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like their daggers, their spears, and their bows.
Very good.
Or their lances if they're...
Mm-hmm. So 50% bows is awesome.
Mhm.
And then getting reroll to wound.
Basically...
Are they 4+ shoot or 3+? 4+.
4+.
Yeah.
The other thing that really benefits that is if you take the Betrayer,
Mm-hmm.
because his Master of Poison special rule, spend a will point, every hero or every model within 6 inches rerolls all failed poison wound rolls instead of just ones. So
That's that's really good.
I've played that list before, and it is
Yeah, you have the armor.
you just
right?
like pop off that turn, you're in combat with a bunch
Yeah.
of people, and rerolling wounds is
But yes, of course, blinding light is a major shutdown against that. But
well the shooting part of it. There's still the close combat
Yep.
aspect. Yeah, that's we thought that basic troops getting poison weapons.
yeah,
And-
well,
and the
because a lot
50%
of the
bows.
rules, some good ones and some not so good ones, are dependent on one hero.
Yeah,
So it makes them more situational. Like, well, okay, what if I don't take that hero? Like the Necromancer in Dol Guldur, for example. It's like, okay, well, it's a really good rule, but it's only for the Necromancer.
well, it's kind of the same as Sauron and Barad-dûr, but if you're not taking Sauron, don't take Barad-dûr.
Yeah,
take
the reason
Mordor.
Barad-dûr exists is because it's Sauron's list.
Yeah.
If you're not taking Sauron, then play Mordor.
Exactly. That's why that one we picked was.
Okay, so I got the last one of our 8 that we selected. Not necessarily the best 8,
Just the ones we picked.
just the ones we picked. And it is from the Fiefdoms.
Mm.
And it's for the White City.
Okay.
This one sort of is a little bit under the radar, I think. But it is special rules marked with an asterisk affect all models from this army list, not just the ones listed. So they have 4 models in their list that have a special rule with an asterisk. And one of them kind of doesn't apply because it's Durin here, and his special rule affects people with bows. So, I mean, they're going to be near him most of the time anyways, and they're the only ones with bows in the list, so it doesn't really do anything for that.
Okay.
But otherwise, like Imrahil has a rule with an asterisk, and certain types of models that are within 12 inches of Imrahil count as being in range of the banner. So now it affects all models in the list, not just the ones listed.
That's really good.
Which is really good. Forlung the Fat, again, like he sort of leads the Axemen of Lossenarch.
Yeah.
And they have reroll a 1 when rolling to wound during a fight. So now any model within 6 inches of him can reroll a 1.
Ew, that's
Yeah.
really good.
And he can have a horse too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he can be with the cavalry. And then Angbor the Fearless, his special rule is Chief of Lamadon clansmen within 6 inches of Angbor the Fearless gain the Fearless special rule. Which again, in this edition of the game, Fearless is really good because there's a lot more terror now than there ever used to be.
You get Fearless Bubble.
Yeah.
Reroll 1 to wound bubble.
And a
12-inch
huge banner.
That's
bubble.
like, well, if it's centered on him,
Yeah.
it's 12 inches, so it's a 24-inch bubble. Well, it's like 25 and a half
Yeah.
because of his base size.
Yeah, well, Imrahil is good, just like
Like,
without the special
That's
rule.
ridiculous. That is a quarter of the board
Yeah.
is covered in a banner.
I know, it's crazy. It's like, it's really good.
And,
but
and that, we know like banners are really good.
Indeed they are. So I got a couple here that are, here, you take that one because you play that, you play that.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start again because I have the A's.
Okay, you start.
Army of Thror.
Okay, we talked about this.
Yeah, Thror ruled with utter surety.
Surety?
Never doubting his house would endure. Basically, Erebor dwarf models count as being in range of a banner if they're within 6 of him.
So, in other words, your whole army, because you only get it if... Well, no, I guess you could
It's
take
just
allies.
just air borders.
Yeah.
It's basically the stuff that.
So why is it so good?
Because it's a 6-inch banner.
And it's on a hero that is incredibly hard to kill.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't count. It's not a banner. It counts as a banner.
Yeah.
But still, like, you're gonna take him in this list because he buffs the Grimhammers.
Yeah.
So the only reason that it wasn't in our top ones was because it's specific to Thror.
Yeah.
Like, you can take Army of Thror without taking Thror, and if you do that, the army bonus
you don't get it.
is useless. So
Yeah.
that's basically.
But like having a banner that's 6 inches is incredible, and then like most people are trying to snipe your bannermen, right? Or like compel them out and kill them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard to do that when it's on like a defense 9 hero with 3 wounds and the Arkenstone.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Okay, I got an
I've
A.
liked it.
I got an A also.
Okay.
Azog's Hunters.
Okay.
They strike in the wee small hours when everyone's asleep. The Azog's Hunters army list may include 50% bows.
Good.
Additionally, all models in Azog's Hunters army list have their shoot value improved by 1. So from 5 to 4 plus.
Wow.
So from orc level to human level.
And they get 50% bows.
Yeah. So that means that now all of a sudden they have more bows and they hit a lot more with them. So you can actually shoot. Obviously this army is a close combat army.
Yeah.
But if the other army you're playing against doesn't have a lot of shooting, you can outshoot them.
Well, you use the bow limit bonus to whittle them down faster.
Yeah.
And then they get in combat and they're like, it's like running into a blender.
Yeah, like even though your guy's carrying a bow, you still get the extra attack in close combat, and you're still strength 4.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So like if they don't have a ton of bows, you can outshoot them and force them to come into melee where you're really gonna kill them.
Yeah. So the bows doing that basically is forcing them to come to where you want them to be.
Yeah. Again, they can definitely be outshot.
Yeah.
But
it's a thing. Halls of Thranduil. The Mirkwood Elves are not like their kin. They are less wise and more dangerous. So Mirkwood Rangers from this force do not count towards the bow limit. Just straight up. It used to be you have to have a certain hero in their warband, or leading the warband, but that's just straight up. Mirkwood Rangers don't count. Whilst they're within 3 inches of Thranduil, Palace Guard Captains, Mirkwood Elf Captains, Palace Guard, Mirkwood Cavalry, and Mirkwood Elves get +1 to their wound rolls when making strikes.
again, +1 to wound.
Yeah.
And it's a strength 3 army.
It's crazy good.
Yeah.
But it's limited to within 3 inches of Thranduil. So if you don't take Thranduil.
So you have to take Thranduil, and it's like 3 inches to either side of him.
Yeah. And he's going to be on an elk charging forward, so it's situational. Again, it's tied to a certain hero. There's a little bit of a bonus without him as the Mirkwood Elves, but...
So that's why we made it kind of a runner-up kind of thing. Still a really good one, though.
Yep.
Yeah, good enough to not take allies, so you can get the bonus.
Well, yeah, anything less than historic.
Sorry, yeah. My last one is Rivendell. What the hell? This is like some Elvish talk.
Translated
is the rule
to English.
Yeah, and it's while within 6 inches of the army's leader, friendly Rivendell models may re-roll failed to hit rolls when making shooting attacks in a turn in which they did not move. Okay,
Wow,
so very situational.
Yeah.
The reason why it is good is because it plays right into one of the most common builds that you see all the time now. And that is some kind of blinding light protecting a group of elves, whether they be Rivendell Knights or regular foot guys, in a bubble. And they also have the terror one, because you got Círdan there.
Yep.
What's that rule? Aura of Dismay. So you got Blinding Light, Aura of Dismay, and Archers. And then you got your big heroes in there too, waiting for somebody to actually come and attack you because they finally figure out they can't kill you with shooting.
Yeah.
And while they're trying to figure out what they should do, all your archers are re-rolling their misses. So if they ever roll a 1 or a 2 and actually miss, they get to re-roll.
Yeah.
So like you're like hitting probably close to 100% of your shots.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. It's got to be.
I think it makes it like a 2+.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're basically laying down like really heavy archery fire on your opponent, forcing them to come forward because they're not going to be able to trade with you because you got blinding light up.
Yeah.
And then when they get there, like they can't charge because you've got Aura of Dismay.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the most common armies that we see right now in our competitive meta.
It's become more popular.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, there you go, Rivendell.
Okay. The last one I have is the Iron Hills. Ironfoot has come. So basically, in scenarios where additional forces arrive, like the reinforcement rule for reconnoiter, any of the maelstrom of battle rules, you can add +1 or subtract 1 from the roll you did.
Okay, that's
so,
good.
If you like rolled a 2 and you're like, ooh, I could have my opponent pick.
Yeah.
I could bump it up by 1, but my opponent's still picking, or I could just drop it down to a 1 and then I don't come on that turn. Or in Reconnoiter, you're like, I don't really want this warband on right now because it's more of my blocker warband. I'll just have them wait in a turn.
It's important.
It's good. Additionally, Dane Ironfoot gets Master of Battle on a 4+, which is great.
Yeah, again, situational, and it's all about him.
Yeah.
But it's really good when you get it.
Yeah, so there's a minor bonus that the army gets without him, and then there's a really good bonus that he gets.
But let's face it, most of the time you see Iron Hills, it's always got Dane in it.
Yeah. And the only armies I've seen with Iron Hills have either been just straight up Iron Hills, or they've got like some ally that is a convenient ally anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So
those are the 8 that we picked as maybe the ones that we think are the best, and 5 that are what we think runner-ups.
So it's just for not losing the bonus.
Right.
Right. Taking allies that are like yellow or convenient or impossible.
Absolutely.
You don't want to lose the list bonus for that. So
if there's others that you think should also be in that list, then please comment and let us know.
There's a big stack of them over there. That
like all of these other ones. All of these other ones here are all like the sort of
questionable,
middle of the road,
or bottom.
+1 courage for the army, like that kind of thing. We got 3 here, which we think are the bottom.
Okay.
So third from the bottom is the Shire. Fear fire foes. Basically, you get woodland creature.
That's it.
That's it.
I guess with a whole bunch of guys, it's not terrible.
You can read that one.
You can play on tables where there's no woods.
True.
And then it's like, oh.
So it's
congratulations.
It's not a very good bonus, and it's situational.
Yeah. Moria. Okay. We cannot get out. They are coming. Friendly Moria models involved in a fight where their opponent's trapped get +1 fight value.
So mostly now Moria models consist of a lot of goblins.
Yeah.
Certainly there are going to be other Moria models there, but it's like mostly goblins where they're going to be getting this, so they're going to be going up to fight 3.
Yeah. Like the heroes might be able to benefit from it.
Yeah.
But
it's not that it doesn't have any use. Like certainly if you're fighting a fight 3 army, then okay, it'll put you on an even playing field.
Yeah, you're not losing every fight.
But what do you have to do in order to get
Trap
it?
them.
Trap them. Yeah. So it's like you have to trap them, and then if you do trap them, you will get +1 fight, which may or might not mean something.
Yeah. It's very
It's super situational. And the one that we have is the worst of the worst is Goblin Town. Down in Goblin Town, each Goblin hero may increase their maximum warband size to 6 models.
By 6 models.
Yeah, by 6 models. Yeah, so if you would normally fortitude, you can take 12, now you can take 18.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why is not good is just because you don't need that bonus.
No.
You can already hoard the army out without that bonus.
Yeah.
And we can hoard it out so much that usually people take goblin captains just to get the might.
Yeah.
Like they may not already max out their warbands just to get an extra goblin captain to get 2 more points of might for marching or whatever. Like it's the opposite of the Dead of Dunharrow, where that rule really opens the door for the army.
Yeah.
For this one here, the door's already wide open. It's like you don't need to take the door off the hinges. It's
Yeah.
irrelevant to the point of being useless.
It's above and beyond.
Yeah.
It's like, well, in some cases, no, I don't even think in that. Like, you don't need extra guys.
You don't.
Unless you're that person that's like, I'd rather have warbands of 18 guys and not as many heroes. But like, at that point, it's just crazy.
It is, yeah.
Like, you have too many models on the table for it to matter. Like, for instance...
Yeah, I don't know, like, I can't think of a
well, think about TGX, 1,000 points. Like,
if you
know
you're playing against another horde army and you want to out horde a horde army, then okay, then,
definitely,
maybe that's the reason to do it. But
like I don't in the games we play, like our tournaments are too short for you to want to take that many guys.
But like this bonus is an example. Like there are a few army bonuses that are so low down, like that are not really giving you anything, that you're not sacrificing anything really to take a red ally.
Here's one, Smog.
Yeah.
Smog should be in there, because he doesn't even have an army bonus.
Yeah. Well, there's a few that don't actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Murin and Drawer, they don't have one either.
But yeah, like...
But that's the thing with this list, it's so bad that you don't care about it, even to the point of I'll just take a red ally and just ignore the bonus.
Yeah.
Forget it. Right. Anyway, those are our best and worst of the army bonuses. And please comment. We definitely want comments. Yeah. Tell us that we're wrong. Tell us what we forgot. Tell us what's better. Tell us what's worse.
Tell us what you think.
And tell us what you think. Because we want comments on our videos. And that is it for this episode.
I think it's going to be the shortest one we've ever
because our time is up. We're not even at an hour and a half yet.
We're so close.
Yeah, we've got to end this within
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Alright, so we'll be back in a month or so after TGX. We'll both have played in that, so hopefully I can figure out what I'm going to take and you like kick ass with your army of Thror.
Yes.
Yes.
I will be throwing hammers or throwing axes my way to victory.
There you go. With an amazing army bonus.
And twirly whirlies. Oh, I can't shoot. Oh, wait a second. I just thought. If I twirly whirly over my guys, I can't technically throw my axes.
Wow, that's not going to happen. You can only throw 6 inches. Just avoid it.
That's true.
Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please comment.
Yes.
Comment.
Comment.
And like as well.
Yep.
Both of which, if you do, will help our videos get seen, rather than us spamming them all over Facebook.
Yeah, and if you subscribe.
And subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Because
and you do that little bell symbol.
The bell symbol will show you when new videos come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like me. Then I can be like, hey, that video that I filmed is up, so I can watch it.
You should click the bell.
Yeah, because then I'll know if it's up, so I can see if there's comments.
There we
go.
There you go. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget. What is it? What's our tagline?
To get out your toy soldiers and come and play some games with us.
You got it.
At the OSBGL.
You got it.
And it wasn't even ours.
See you guys.
Bye.